I don't know why I muted me. Hey, Loco sports fans. I was muted. That was not cool. I'm the one who's supposed to talk at the start, but I got muted. So here we are. Justin Jarrett joined by Wes Kerr and Marcus Walsh. We are off to a roaring start on this Loco Sports Lowdown Tuesday night edition. Last Tuesday of the high school basketball regular season. We had some big on tap tonight that we'll talk about. Don't spoil the curling, because I'm watching it.
All right, I will say nothing.
So don't spoil it. I'm invested. But we got a lot of basketball scores to go through. We'll talk a little wrestling because we got May River going for the state championship tomorrow night at Gilbert. And we got the girls strapping it on and going at it up in South Florence at South Florence High School tomorrow for the lower state qualifier day one. So lots to talk about tonight, but first things first, how y'all boys hanging in there?
I'm doing well. It's finally starting to get a little warmer around here, so I'm feeling spring is coming, but we're starting to wrap up winter sports with the last games of region play. Most of them all coming tonight. The season normally goes a little longer, so I'm not sure when they wrap up.
I think they play on Friday.
Yeah, they always go a few days longer than the high school league, but yeah. Region play is in the books after tonight in most, if not all, regions in the high school league. And the Bluffton Bobcats, the Bluffton boys have completed the clean sweep through the region in a close game, 58-55. 3-point win. Maybe had a chance to tie up the line, missed the back end, which would have tied it. And the Bobcats were able to hold on, and they even with the cold, a hot start, Mary was able to get back in that game and make it a contest. How about that girls' score though? 36-8. May River. They held Bluffton to 2 points in the second half. I mean,
wow, that's insane.
Goodness gracious,
that's nuts. I'm really looking forward to. Obviously, I had choir rehearsal tonight, getting going for some spring stuff with the Hilton Head Symphony Orchestra Chorus. But I'm looking forward to catching another interesting matchup. Earlier this year, we had Bluffton at Hilton Head Prep. That was our first 2 games of our WHHI TV basketball schedule. Tomorrow, I'm going to see Hilton Head at Hilton Head Prep. And then I plan to go on Friday to the HHCA JP2 games, which HHCA is hosting. We also had that doubleheader at JP2 a couple of weeks ago on WHHI. So looking forward to those. And then if I feel up for it, which I think I very well may, I plan on seeing you guys at the Cove on Saturday afternoon.
Very nice, very nice. Will be big ones there. Perhaps, even bigger by Wednesday or by Saturday than it is now, depending on what happens tomorrow night. So I also would hope for Nancy Guthrie to be found, Jeff. It's a very sad.
Yeah, goodness gracious.
We'll stay that. We'll stay away from that and keep it positive here on the Loco Sports Lowdown tonight, because that is a devastatingly sad story. But some news just coming across. Colleton Prep boys, they swept Hilton Head Prep. They beat them 63-50 tonight. Mateo Castillo scored his 1,000th point tonight, and big time. And I think did Hires get it too? It's been a heck of a season for Colleton Prep. We were talking on the chat with Jamie Susan about they say this is at least the best team they've had in 20 years for the boys over there. Mateo Castillo's been the truth, and the Hires kid has been really good too. I can't think of his first name right now. There he is. Colin Hires. He scored his 1,000th point tonight too. How cool is that? 2 guys scoring 1,000 in the same night.
And we've seen it certainly with a few times this year. Myra Brown got her 1,000th point at Stall earlier this year. We were able to celebrate her.
But 2 in the same game.
It's amazing, crazy. But yeah. That is nuts. It's really cool to see a couple of kids get after it and have that on the same night. Yeah. Absolutely nuts.
CPA is turning heads. But yeah, you mentioned West, the big one for Bluffton tonight. Tough game. Able to grind it out at the end, 58-55. They finish undefeated in region play, as do the Beaufort girls. And I'm guessing the Hampton boys probably took care of Bridges tonight to finish undefeated in region play as well. But you see some scores coming across the bottom there. We got some scores trickling in, and we'll keep them coming as we come across them. But the show tonight brought to you, as always, by Mickelson Law Firm and WHHI TV. Mickelson Law Firm, our oldest sponsor. They've been with us since the beginning back in 2017 and still supporting us all the way. Mickelson Law Firm, the place to go for all your legal needs, and our official real estate closing attorney and presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage. And if you have those HHCA scores from tonight, hit us up in the comments.
So it appears to me that Bishop England beat Colleton County 63-53. Yep. So that would be in Bishop England's 5-5, same record as May River. They would both finish the season 5-5, I believe.
But I think May River swept Bishop England.
May River did. They swept, they swept them. So May River would be third place in the region. I'm trying to say third place in the region, the Sharks, and then Bishop England in fourth. Hilton will be second. I'm not sure the final score, but regardless, they'll be second either way, win or lose tonight, because they'll be because May River lost. So Bluffton 1, Hilton had 2. May River 3, Bishop England 4, and Beaufort will be 5th. So it was, and then the over on the women's side, the girls' side, if I can look it up. Obviously, what a season for Beaufort. I mean, I don't think anyone would have seen that region dominance coming, especially for a team that we haven't had that consistency from them in a long time. And Layla Warren's teams had some good years, but man, the ability for Reggie Jones to get this much out of that group this year, really, really impressed. Now it's going to get tougher once you go further into the postseason. But Beaufort 1, Bishop England 2, May River at 6-4 will be 3rd. Colleton County 4th, because Bluffton lost, and they would have to head over Hilton, so Bluffton would be 5th. So that's what we're looking for the girls' standings. I mean, good on Beaufort for taking down Bishop England, winning that region. I mean, we knew that Bishop England
was the only team that you thought might challenge them this year. Once Amira went over there to join forces with Nia and Dalia and that cast of kind of role players who accept that they're good at something and do it well. They've got a really nice little.
They've got a good core.
Yeah, if they get in foul trouble, they could have some problems, but they've got a pretty good little roster there. I mean, they have the right pieces and they work well together, and I think they're going to be able to make some noise in the postseason. And I think the Bluffton boys will as well. With Harry at the helm, you've got a veteran senior point guard.
You would think that
March Madness all the time.
You learned a lot from last year, coming up short. I think that they're going to be competitive, especially if Harry can get to that next high level in terms of his play out there. But I mean, Gordon has shown that he can handle some big time moments in these games.
Foster knocked down 2
Foster,
big.
Foster's had a great year.
Shots like that, they're gonna. They're gonna be in those games. But I mean, we should have brackets, I would think, coming up by the end of the week in high school league, since we're wrapping up.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably bracketologize them.
I mean,
probably right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to go through RPI and all that with.
But you can look at all that up.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we should be able to
most parts
the code and figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
But
playoffs will start on the
also
boys.
Wanted to shout out the WHHI as our other all-star sponsor.
Thank you, partner.
We got a little sidetracked there, but WHHI, our partner in local sports coverage, we appreciate all they do, putting it on the airwaves, and it's always great to be able to get on there from time to time as well.
Yeah, and we certainly appreciate you, JJ, and what you bring to our broadcast, especially to our headlines of our news broadcast. And yesterday, a huge day for us having our ribbon cutting with the Bluffton Chamber
Oh,
of
yeah.
Commerce. Great to see Natalie Osterman and company with the Greater Bluffton Chamber of Commerce. And it was, short and sweet. Had a lot of great folks from the community, a few that certainly support us. One in particularly that is a great supporter of the Walsh household, and that would be my mom. My mom did attend as well, and so she got to meet Jessa and a few others, and really enjoyed it. And it was a great way to kind of start the day and get things going. But we had Bob back, of course, doing news yesterday, and it was hustling and
Love to
bustling
have,
yesterday for sure.
love to have
Good
Bob
to have
Stevens
Bob.
Awesome.
back on the island, back in the
Back
States.
stateside.
Yep.
Yeah, well traveled.
No doubt. Yes,
Yeah, he went on a
he most
tour.
definitely is.
He went on a cruise through all kinds of Asian countries,
Cool.
Vietnam,
Singapore and Vietnam.
Korea's.
Oh,
Yeah,
traveling the world.
Taiwan, I
Very
think.
nice.
Yeah, he was gone for a minute.
Yeah.
Has lots of stories for us, but
Very nice.
yeah. So WHHI, we love y'all. Appreciate you, and
Ditto.
great doing business with you.
Yes, indeed.
And then our other
Great
friend,
football and basketball
Vaughn.
season, but it's been better and better every year. It's gotten, since I've been here, it's good. The product's gotten better and better. So good on you, and good on your coworkers, and Larry Jacomot, smiling face, who's always there, and Jeremy and everybody else involved in that production team. Always do a great job. So wanted to
Appreciate it, man.
Amen to that.
But
Buford's Own had the coverage tonight for the Bluffton May River game,
Good.
and Javon already got the
Wow.
highlights cut. Here we go.
Bluffton had a very
Bluffton
quick
got it,
start.
right?
I mean, they were shooting it lights out. Couldn't really miss from 3 the first quarter. Well, other than that, May River shot, it was going to be all Bluffton after that.
Yeah, Bluffton took control early, and then May River roared back into it.
Yeah. Something about this rivalry. I mean, it's rare. You rarely see games that'll go out of in terms of going out of hand too much. In terms of
Lose him there.
matchups. Yeah. But they were knocking him down. The student section, they had like a mini ESPN tent. It's not one of the.
Mini ESPN here.
Yeah. Yeah. Student section.
These kids pull out all the stops, man.
Yeah, they do. Especially May River.
yes, indeed.
I know a lot of them watch us, and they like hearing what I have to say. So.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, we noticed that.
Unless
even when
I'm
we were
saying about how it was not a good day for May River, I'm sure they would know.
What were you saying, Marcus?
we noticed that ESPN tent, Kevin and I, during the course of our broadcasts this year too. Kind of cool.
Man, Bluffton could not
Yeah,
miss.
they were.
I was at back-to-back softball practices today, so I didn't get to see this one until late. I watched the last minute.
Yeah, a lot of Harry Skinner.
Actually, no, I watched the last 5 seconds, but it lasted about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
There you go.
There was a freezing the free throw shooter timeout. It was
they were icing the free throw
dramatic.
shooters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ice the kicker. Ice the kicker. Yeah, it was dramatic. Yeah, we'll come back. Live by it, die by it.
Especially this Bluffton team seems to.
That's for sure.
Both teams like.
Both teams really rely on it. I mean, it's the game. It's the modern game.
Then they rally back quickly.
Yeah, Harry's fun to watch.
Appointment TV.
He is definitely appointment television.
None bigger than that Chatty Higgins Hilton. That was something special.
No.
At the very least, Harry's gonna go be a hero. So think about Lee Kirkland, right? Lee Kirkland goes to
already first kids,
and coming out of high school, you think like, oh, okay, cool. He's gonna go play some NAIA football in Kentucky or whatever. That man will never buy a meal again in that town. Like he is a hero. in that town.
He
They're going to
is,
build a
no doubt.
statue of him at someday. Like that
I
kind of
mean,
stuff.
he's an icon for sure at Bluffton. He
Gary's got
will
a
be
chance
that.
to go somewhere and be that, if nothing else.
That's
right.
what we love about high school sports, though. You have those close knit relationships with guys you covered, and you cover their careers, and it means legendary stuff to a bunch of these kids.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
Putting up video game numbers for years at U
Yeah.
Bikes. That was fun.
And he either graduated or is set to graduate, right?
Oh yeah, he finally ran out of eligibility.
Seems like he was there for like 6 years.
Yeah. Yeah, he got the benefit of the COVID year and all
Right.
that. He was there for a good minute.
This will be it this season.
I think he may have gotten 2 degrees there.
Really?
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, it's awesome.
He
Dang.
was there for a minute.
Yeah. At least it's what, like 20 or 21? It felt like he was there since, well, maybe 21, unless he was playing 8th grade, but definitely.
Yeah, I remember calling games of his, maybe in 20, I guess it had
I
to
think it was as early as 20, but I don't remember. He was playing for Hilton Christian Academy.
Who are you talking about?
Skinner, Harry Skinner.
Oh,
We're talking about.
I was
Okay,
talking about Lee Kirkland.
talking about
Oh,
Lee
I'm sorry.
Kirkland, making a
I was
comparison.
like, what?
Okay,
No, Lee Kirkland was much earlier than that.
No, we're talking about when we first started, when Harry Skinner first.
Oh yeah, no, Lee Kirkland was
Making
there
a
forever.
comparison, Wes.
Harry Skinner has also been playing forever.
Well,
yes.
yeah, Kirkland has been like, he was like that guy.
Skinner is like Kansas always has one of those guys, or used to. One of
Right.
those guys where you're like, is this guy ever going
He's a
to
Duke. Yeah.
Oh.
years this guy's been terrorizing us. Yeah, Duke has him too.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, KU with a big win over Arizona last night.
Yeah.
Beware all who enter the fog.
Yes, indeed.
I despise KU, but I have to say that the fog is probably the coolest arena I've ever been in. Unbelievable. It's so creepy and cult-like when they do their chant, but it's incredible. I think there are ghosts in there.
I love the way Malcolm
doubt
Gordon plays.
Yeah, Gordon's a
Just follow
dog.
your shot.
Not even his primary sport.
Yeah, well, he's
Yeah, right.
He's a dog, though. Straight up.
Oh, what a
That
move
That
to
was
the bucket.
right there, right there.
Harry's
That's
special.
pretty.
He really is. He's worked hard at his game, man.
Yeah, no, he's been a more complete player for sure.
Years and years.
And I've said it before too, and I will again. I thought that with him, gaining a little bit of height, gaining a little bit of weight, going inside so much, and you take a look at the inside game, it took a while for me to see those threes falling down. I told him before we went on air with him in our second game that we had with Bluffton, it was at Beaufort, and he was our player of the game, our interview. I said, I got to be honest with you, man. I said, I thought that maybe you were losing a little bit of that 3-point shot, and then there it goes. And then he just started hitting them again.
Yep.
I told him, as soon as I thought that, you proved me wrong. So
Yeah.
good on you. He's got the total package.
Yeah, he'll take what they give him.
Yep.
If they lay off of him. Oh, yeah, I see the Sports Center table over there.
Yeah.
Quick finish from Malcolm Gordon. Inbound spots here.
That's Pete.
Yeah, it's turned into a heck of a game.
Yeah.
Got that right.
May Rivers had a great season. I mean,
They have.
I think they're ahead of schedule of where you could have reasonably expected them to be this year. And I think they're going to be good for a while. I mean, he's got a JV and a 9th grade team.
Yeah,
Right.
same thing with the girls team. I think that girls team's going to be really. I mean, they're starting to really gather some steam, especially the way they shut down Bluffton. But both Maryville teams, I think, going to be right there competing for region championships in the coming years. But yeah, this men's team, this boys team, certainly living up more to expectations than I originally thought. But Bluffton's it's definitely exceed them as well. I think this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure. I mean, especially after the news that Carnell and Aiden won't play. I think a lot of people thought, "Oh boy, they're really in trouble."
Right, for May River to getting back in this game, making it competitive because it was
back in for three.
free throws coming.
Foster was a huge pickup. Without Foster, they would not be.
It would be a much different team.
Yeah, Luke Cairns has been terrific.
Luke Cairns has been outstanding. I'm really impressed by him.
Loses the handle.
And then Gordon is a dog, obviously, and then Zay Gadsden has
Isaiah's been very
embraced
good
his
too.
role and grown into it. He handles his business, gets rebounds, he defends the rim, and gives fouls when he needs to. And he does a good job for him. And that's good coaching when you get guys to understand and find the role.
No doubt about that.
I like Major. Good high school basketball player.
Yeah.
Great shot.
Yeah, May River's got a bunch of them. And again, I saw them last week. And in that matchup against Hilton Head, it was a game for a little over 3 quarters. And then obviously Hilton Head just took over offensively and really wore that defense down and wore them down quick. Started to turn into Dunk City there on Hilton Head. And big win for the Seahawks last week.
Yeah. Hilton's going to be a tough team to play in the playoffs. I think.
Yeah, they will.
They'll be
I was talking to Allie McNair on the news on Thursday, and I said, on the girls' side, definitely look out for Beaufort. Look out for JP2. There are some other teams that could possibly play spoiler, but those 2 girls' teams definitely, I think, have a very good chance of going deep in this year's tournaments. Obviously, more teams to look out for on the guys' side, in my opinion, and I know you guys would agree.
Well, I think you look at Bluffton, Hampton County, but I think Hilton Head has a fighting chance.
Bluffton, Hilton Head, JP2, Hampton County,
Battery Creek as
Battery
well.
Creek.
Forward makes the first.
I was focusing primarily on the teams that obviously we covered, but Hampton County and Battery Creek, what great years for those guys.
Yeah.
Especially Battery Creek, what TJ Brown's done this year. It's been pretty special to see.
Charles Oakley post-game interview vibes.
Missed the
Thank you,
second.
partner.
So Mirror misses the second. That was tied.
And you could see it right off his hand too. He just short-armed it.
I knew it was short right after he shot it. You could
Yep.
I do have to confess real quick. It actually is not a black shirt that I'm wearing. It's actually purple.
That's
I'm
what
wearing
you call
my
nerves. That's what you call
my
nerves.
Ashland University shirt.
When you have nerves, you're more likely to leave it short. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the way you would miss it.
Well, when you hold your breath,
Yeah.
looked like he held his breath. He's supposed to exhale at you. It looked like he was holding his breath. But he's a terrific
Good
player.
game. I mean, the Sharks were hanging in there, and
Great future.
they got him the first time. Of course, that wasn't a region game; it was the tournament, and then Bluffton won the next one pretty dominantly, and then this one was a pretty wild one. But goes back to Gordon and Skinner for doing enough on offense, and then I think this team has really shown that they can rely on not just 1 or 2 guys, but they have some others who who can make some, especially those 3-point shooters that they have. They have some guys who can step up when their number is called. I do think that I wish they had just a little bit more depth in terms of, like, if you wanted to compete and really challenge for a deep playoff run. I just wish they had a little bit more depth on the defensive side. More size, but they'll be competitive, and if they can shoot in the playoffs, they can hit some big shots. I mean, they'll be right there. It would be I think it's a big opportunity for Harry Skinner, because I look back at Sequoia Hayward, like, what kind of legacy do you want to leave your last year? I mean, and Hayward certainly did, but I feel like she left one on the table at the end, and it would be nice to see, maybe Harry Skinner can take one deeper and look to. And, you got the opportunity, you earn the right to play home games in the playoffs. You get the first, at least the first two, maybe the first three if you're the winner of the 2 seed. So we'll have to check and see where the RPIs put them compared to the other teams in the lower state.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll need to check on that. But real quick, let's talk about some other stuff that I wanted to get to, which includes last night. Some scores from last night. First Baptist beating Cross Girls 96-49. So, there's layers
Saw
to
that.
this.
Wow.
Cross is really a pretty quality squad, and they've got a great
Just
chance.
score 49 points. That's not bad.
Yeah.
They got a great chance to win a state title in their division, but First Baptist is like that. And then BA boys beating Thomas Hayward last night 55-50, and then they beat the Savannah Jags tonight 68-50. So
right.
BA boys have kind of gotten lost in the shuffle. They don't have a girls varsity team right now, and we haven't paid them a lot of attention. But
Good to see them.
they've had some nice wins and should get into the tournament, and we'll see.
And that's a good step forward for that team because it's been a rough stretch for Buford Academy for basketball the last few years. So that's ever since Braden Deneen left, it's been a kind of a
yeah, he was a dog.
Yeah.
He was a dog.
They still got Devin Fripp and Nick Underwood. They got some guys. So we'll see if they can make a little noise in the playoffs. But also shout out to JP2 girls. I think they locked up the region title with that win.
Nice.
Right? Yeah.
What a season for that
they're
team.
season one
Karen
now,
Floyd.
region,
They've been just
So phenomenal.
that region. Who
Yeah,
they play.
Now
Now they get a chance to see what they can do in 4A in the playoffs, which is going to be exciting.
I'm so impressed with a bunch of those girls for sure. We talked to Evelyn Melnick at the end of the HHCA JP2 game that we did, and I had to ask her, I said, what does it feel like having Dom Jones back with the fact that she was out much of the year last year and missed the very beginning of this year? And she said it's just amazing to have her back. The presence that she plays with, and obviously being able to do whatever it takes. And she's a tremendous player. I've seen her several times, and I'm looking forward to seeing her on Friday. She had that brace on her knee, but she's making moves. I was sitting with her mom earlier this year, and maybe I will on Friday as well. Sharonica Stewart, who's a very close friend of mine over the years, and I mean, watching Dom play, it was like nothing even happened. I mean, she was cutting, she was moving, she was getting the shots to go, and she was working it up and down the floor. She's a really special talent. Evelyn Melnick as well, as a bunch of others on that team.
Yeah, man. Sharonica is wonderful too.
She is absolutely amazing.
An absolutely lovely person.
Love you.
Yeah, I do too. She's a sweetheart. Let's see. Let me run through these scores real quick. May River, you mentioned this, West, 36-8 over Bluffton on the girls' side. Buford blew out Hilton Head 73-44. Bishop England beat Colleton County 55-48. Tough game. I haven't seen the Hampton Bridges prep score, but I'm guessing Hampton took care of business there. Whale Branch routed Barnwell by 39. Hardyville blew out Royal Live Oaks 44-19. So girls continue to improve. JP2 60, Lawrence Manning 46. Pretty sure that wraps up a region title. Haven't seen the Wilson Hall HHCA score yet. Colleton Prep beat Hilton Head Prep 41-37 in overtime. And Jimmy Searson was keeping us posted on that.
What a season it's been for the Warhawks over there. They've had some.
Yeah, they've had a good year, man. Boys and girls. Bluffton, of course, we mentioned a lot and watched the highlights of Bluffton beating May River 58-55. Looking for that Hilton Buford score. Haven't seen that. Could be
I can tell you that the girls of Buford beat Hilton Head.
Yeah, we got that one.
Man, it has been.
Yeah, talking about
we got that one, but man, just
Bishop England.
Seahawks, man. Tough season for the Seahawks. They need more talent. They need more, just players who are able to provide some size. And you talk about some players they've had in the past. Obviously, Lindian comes to mind, but they just didn't have a player who could really take over a game. I mean, they have a lot of role players on that team, which I thought. I mean, Brockway's a decent player. She was great this year for good stretches.
Yeah, Alice Freeman's going to be she's a good little point guard.
She's going to be very good. Her shot is outstanding.
Yeah. But obviously Buford, that's a very good, very good Eagles team. So, I mean, 73-44, pretty much what you would expect there on that side of things. Yeah, big props to the Eagles. That girls team had themselves one heck of a year. I'm looking at seeing if I can find another. They cannot find the Hilton at Buford boys score yet, so I'm gonna have to keep.
But we got a bunch of the other ones. Bishop England beat Carleton County 63-53. Hampton County routed Bridges 66-34. Whale Branch 56, Barnwell 47. Shout out to Zaire Kennedy hooking us up with the scores from Whale Branch. Hardyville 51, Royal Live Oaks 33. Max was on the PA, and he's taking the night off tonight because he's pooped out after the PA. Waiting on that JP2 Lawrence Manning score.
66. I've got it. 66-57. Lawrence Manning a winner.
Ooh,
That
stings. 66-57. They had a tough loss on the road the other night too. Lawrence Manning over JP2 66-57. Carleton Prep over Hilton Head Prep 63-50. Two guys hitting 1,000 points in that one. Colin Hires and
in the same game.
Mateo Castillo. Yeah, both in the same game. Unreal. And Buford Academy over Savannah Jags 68-50. And then you'll like this, Wes. I don't know if you saw this today, but the Sand Sharks, the baseball team.
I did. I saw. I just looked it up. I was going to get to it, but you said it first. Yeah. Nice win, Red Wars. Although it's a team they should beat, and it's a team they should beat. And it's encouraging, doing it on the road. The other thing encouraging is different guys are stepping up offensively. Cooper McDaniel had, he wasn't he had a decent first series, but he didn't have that huge game. He goes 3 for 6, drives in 2, and Tyler Gundelfinger 3 for 5 with 4 ribbies. So different guys have been stepping up on offense. That's, you saw that Doty had the grand slam. Noah Campbell had a 4-hit day, I believe. Walters, who I don't think played, had a 4-hit day. So I think the offense is much better than it was a year ago. No doubt about that. The one concern I have is, 7 earned runs on Navarro. I mean. The good thing is you only walked 5 batters. So, you struck out 13, walked 5. That's more encouraging because the walks were a big problem in that series against Wheeling. So, they now you got to go straight into conference play, which, I think that this team could be competitive by the end of the year, but I just think they need more time. I feel like they're given a bad hand just because of how early they have to play conference play against a good Georgia Southwestern team. I'll say that if they can find a way to put it all together, they have a chance. But I would just say it's tough. It's tough to go. You lost the weekend before that because of the weather. It's tough just to go straight into conference play with this new look team.
Right, no doubt.
I think that they'll get there at some point, and they will win a couple of big games in this conference this year. But going on the road against the Georgia Southwestern team, it's a pretty decent team. First weekend of conference play, it's not easy. It's we'll see what happens, but it's just tough to start conference play right away or almost right away. So yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes because if they're able to put some wins together, take the series even, that would be very, 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 very encouraging. Before we, I'll take one. If they can get one this weekend, I'll take it. That's just my thoughts about it.
Yeah, I think I agree. Just they kind of gotta tread water until they kind of figure out exactly what they got and come into their own. If you get 2, oh my God, you'd be over the moon. But I think you gotta go chips all in and try to make sure you get 1. And I feel like they can probably pull that off. One day.
The sweeps kind of really kill you. The sweeps kill you, especially early, because then you're fighting behind the 8 ball in the standings. So
Yep.
Yeah,
But
you can't.
yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, better spot than they were last year. On offense, pitching, they just need a little bit more from their stars. I mean, other than Ian Barnes, I just need more confidence in those other guys, and um, hopefully, hopefully you're able to get some good work whenever day Barnes starts. I mean, he's gonna be the guy to give you the best chance to win at this point, in terms of the staff. So we'll see who else can.
On the other hand, the
Yeah,
USCB basketball team
we are
has
back.
been winning and winning, but teams, I should say, have been winning and winning.
Oh,
And
right.
here we go. The Sand Sharks women sitting in second in the Peach Belt, riding a 6-game win streak. They're home tomorrow night against Columbus State, which comes in riding a 7-game win streak. I think Columbus State was the last team to beat us, right?
Believe so. It was a 4-point loss, I think, at Columbus State, and that was
playing tough.
Yeah,
So,
79-75 back on January the 10th, 1 month ago. That was
Yeah.
a full month ago when they played that game.
goodness.
They've won every game since then. Have the Sand
Wow.
Sharks. So
Yeah.
I mean, what a showdown this is going to be. I mean, you talk about the two best teams in the conference right now going in the Cove. I mean, students, if you're listening to this, get there early. Get there at 5:15 because we need a full house for the women's game and the men's game.
And I saw that that they are offering a special deal: $5 general admission tickets, walk up only.
Okay, very nice.
You know, you can buy a ticket, but if you want to gamble, that there will still be tickets available, or if you just want to get there early enough to make sure there are tickets available, you can stroll up and pay $5 to get in, and you
Nice.
can
$5 at the door.
It
No.
would be worth every penny of that.
Yes.
Just for the women's game, and then there's the men's.
Of course, the men's game. You get it's a Sand Sharks right now, still at the top,
Are
and
in first.
Columbus in third. Yeah, Columbus State's in third. Sand Sharks are half a game lead above Lander. And then I mean, this is a big time stretch. You got Lander and Columbus State coming in a week span over here to the Cove, and this is like I said all season long, or at least beginning of the season. Wait until we get to this long homestand. You really have a chance to separate yourself. Well, here it is, and you know this is the point of the season what I was looking for. You got Columbus State, you got Georgia Southwestern. You can't overlook them either. And then you got Lander. I'm looking at those two games are going to be the most important ones. If you win those two, you put yourself in a very good spot.
And then of course,
but that's much more said than done because it's not going to be easy at all to win those two. But you know, you're playing at home, which is what you want to.
But you might also get some help. You know, so they might lose
very well
too.
Yeah.
But they control their own destiny at this point, and they have
not just for a playoff spot, not just for a top 4 seed, for the top spot in the conference. I mean, that's still crazy to think about how quickly those teams.
And that would mean that if they win their first round game in the conference tournament, they host the rest of the conference tournament,
which would be huge,
unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the last I saw from D2 bracketology, let's see what we got here. I'm looking up the latest.
That would be the first weekend in March, I believe, or the first full weekend in March.
We're up to a 5 in the latest bracketology.
5 seed?
Bracketology. We're up to a 5 playing Lander in the first round.
They would have a conference matchup in the first round of the NCAA tournament?
I mean, you wouldn't think so, but that's what the bracket.
Obviously, you'd never do that in Division One.
I wouldn't think so, but that's what the bracketology has.
Because I know you can't play. You can't have a single same conference match.
No, probably not. They would probably swap, and we would probably end up playing.
Right.
But
I'm not sure. But yeah, what I was going to say was the first full week of March, the 4th. Which looks fairly certain that we will host maybe both. If it's looking,
I'm in on both.
I think it's a pretty good bet, but still work to be done. March the 4th, put that one on your schedule, and then the 7th and the 8th would be the semifinals and the final of the conference tournament. So you know, save the dates because I think the Sand Sharks are going to be busy those days.
Yeah, I think so as well, and hopefully right here at home. So yeah, big night tomorrow night at the Cove. Get out there. I will not be able to make it tomorrow night because I'm going on the road with the girls wrestling. You remember the snowstorm that
Nice.
canceled the girls
Oh,
wrestling
yeah.
qualifier?
Right.
Tomorrow is when tomorrow
Who
and
you
Thursday.
got? Jeremy on the call?
So yeah, Jeremy and Kevin Libby going to be holding down the fort for me.
Awesome.
I leave it in their capable hands.
Oh, Jeremy's going to do a great job.
They're
He's
a good combo. They're a good duo. I like
great duo, great team. Kevin's awesome. I mean, I just love all the witty things that Kevin says during a game.
He's trust me, he is full of wit. You guys haven't heard the
What I love is that Kevin and I have like both of us can say things that seem completely innocuous to somebody
Right.
else, but are an inside joke to each other.
correct.
And we do
You
it a lot.
you guys share like the same brain a lot of
Right.
the time, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We make,
He and I are close at times, but he and you, JJ, whoa.
we have all the same reference points. Like we
Yeah.
watch the same stuff, we consume the same media. We both have all the same reference points.
I don't
And
know
so
the references that he makes.
every once, well, actually, he stumps me every once in a while. He'll pull
Yeah.
one out.
He
And I'm like,
stumps
I have
me a
no
good
idea
Yeah.
what you're talking about. But there are some domains that we overlap a lot, and we can just say a certain word or phrase, and the other one knows exactly what we're talking
Yep.
about.
And
It's-
he and I share that
happened.
obviously too.
So yeah, that's good times. But get out to the Cove. If you can't get to the Cove, watch it on the Sand Shark Game Day Network with our friends Jeremy Orr and Kevin Libby. And as I mentioned, wrestling is happening tomorrow in full throat. We got the girls qualifier at South Florence, and then we have May River taking on Travelers Rest tomorrow night at Gilbert High School for the Class 4A championship. We saw a preview of this at the May River Duels. Remember, Travelers Rest called and asked, can we come to your duels? And May River said, yeah, sure. I'll make sure we wrestle each other first. And I love that they both wanted that smoke and they wanted to see each other. And now we get the rematch that we kind of thought we would. And you know, it'll be different because guys are at different weights. I know Travelers Rest was down a couple of guys that time, but I know also that May River was not perfectly healthy either. They had a couple guys sick, so like should be a great match. It will be broadcast on the NFHS network if you are a subscriber there. If you're not, it's an incredible deal for a high school sports fan. Especially you can just turn it on for a month during like playoff time and then shut it down for a few months and then turn it back on for a month, you know, the next playoff season.
That's always nice. Yeah.
And you can watch
and I just do wish some more schools and just, you know, people in schools use it a little more because it's a great tool. And, you know, there's certainly reasons, but I like what the FHS has been able to do in terms of the broadcast and the schools that have been using them, especially state championship time, because it's a nice opportunity for them to nice opportunity for people to catch those because it's hard to make all those. Especially on a weeknight when you get stuff going on. It's short notice stuff.
And that's just one side of it. Carissa Niehoff and her crew in Indianapolis, Indiana, do a tremendous job with so much, and there's so many more things that are trying to get established, like Play On with Max Preps and whatnot. And if they can all work together to make these things, you know, even more valuable tools than they already are, I mean, look out, and it'll make our jobs a heck of a lot easier just with having those resources. But they do have to flesh all that stuff out more. I've been saying that for years. Larry Jacomot and I go back and forth on this. He's like, this is a really good tool. I'm like, well, I'm taking a look at it, and it's not to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to continue to flesh more information out and find a way to get it to not just us in the media, but certainly to the folks that follow the games, you know, and make it accessible to everybody.
You're right,
They're
though.
getting there, though.
We have all the tools we need, though, if people would use them. I
Yeah.
mean, Huddle
Right.
between Huddle and Max Preps, like you've that takes care of a lot if you just use it. And almost every school is
And use it
paying for
correctly,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost every school is paying for it, but not every school is using it, and that's the frustrating thing sometimes
Yeah.
is when people aren't using the resources they have. But at the same time, it's not always that easy either. Like depending on your facilities and your manpower and those kinds of things, like it's not simple to just set up a broadcast and
Right. Takes a lot of manpower.
got a whole team in charge of that. So, and even then, like, I don't know where you'd get the power or anything to do it at some of these fields, or the bandwidth, So there's a lot of challenges.
I really think what needs to happen, especially in terms of information, is, and some schools do a great job with this. Certainly, I think of Hilton Head and Sarah Beachkovsky Moore and other schools that have assistants. There needs to be a group of, whether it's students or whatnot, that can just plug information in during the day. We had that back at my high school. If kids didn't want to go to study hall, whatnot, they went to the athletic director's office and they plugged information into the system, and we're helping out that way. I think that would go a long way too, to help getting everybody, not just us, but everybody, the information that is really requested.
What we really need is sports information directors, but
That's what I'm alluding to. I don't think
what are you going to do?
that
What are you going to do?
title
Like,
will
gonna
ever
use
happen on the high school level. Just my opinion.
No, I mean, it's happened at certain high schools, but just I'm sure they have SIDs at like Texas high schools and stuff like that at some of them, but like it ain't happening in a state like this where you're fighting to get funding to get enough teachers in the building. Like you're not giving up a teacher's salary,
or even in Ohio.
ID.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what we really need. I mean, we need somebody who's in charge of it,
and
make it a stipend and put it in.
Correct.
I mean, there are definitely facts that I guess the time commitment can be tough for people, but I think it's a necessary factor of running an athletic program.
Right.
Especially in
definitely crucial,
like 4A, 5A high school teams. I mean, there should be bonus points if the students have knowledge of doing, like they're able to do it. I mean, that's even better. But,
that's the dream.
Yeah.
And by the way, if there are any students who want to do that, that's kind of the idea of this whole thing, is that we are the student, the student platform, so to speak, that unites all the schools. And we're here to cover the games, but we love putting students on Team Lowco and letting them cover the games and come on and give us the color from, because they know their schools, they know their classmates, their peers, and they can give us more entertaining analysis of some of these games. So if you know anybody who is a nerd like us who likes to sit around and talk about sports and is obsessed and all they want to do is do sports, and
we know there's a bunch in the schools right now. We know there's a bunch.
We'll guide them
like that,
for as long as we can, and then send them out into the world, like my many large adult sons, one of whom works with me now. I have many large adult sons, and this cat is driving me crazy. Sorry, fellas. Cat is clawing at me under the table. It's driving me insane. So you mentioned it earlier, Marcus, but Hilton Head at Hilton Head Prep tomorrow, and then a big one, Battery Creek at Orangeburg Wilkinson. The boys game is, for all intents and purposes, for the region title. If Creek wins it, they win the region title. If they lose, then it becomes, I think, a three-way tie situation where it gets complicated. And I'm not sure what happens there. But
better to win it than have to sort of a three-way tie at the end of the season. So I feel like this team has that Destiny type feel to them. They've had a couple of big time wins. This one no doubt be the biggest for them. But once again, give so much credit to what CJ Brown has accomplished already, and a chance to really put a stamp on what has been one incredible season over there.
For sure.
Creek. It's been really exciting to see them in I hope they can take it to another couple weeks, another couple games. We will have to see what happens, but I'm thoroughly impressed and just really, really excited to see that program back on the rise again because they've had some good years at times and some lean years, but this has been awesome. And
No
I
doubt.
wish I'd be able to be there, but I will be at the Cove tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to both those games. I've been waiting for these games for a long time, and it should be just electric out there, especially when two teams at the top of the conference for both boys, for both men and women. I expect there to be a terrific crowd on hand to watch these teams to go. I mean, it's this. I'm still in shock just how well both these teams have done this year in a conference which you have to be on your best every night, and they have been for the most part.
Yeah.
And just the come from behind fashion of the women recently, just never out of a game. They've had a couple of slow starts, but they find a way to dig out of it. I hope they can start on time this time. That would be nice. But Columbus State, very good team, but they know how to play from behind. If they fall behind for a little bit of time early, don't think that they can't come back out of it. And then Ron Fidala, he's had some signature wins at home. He's got a chance to even add on to that these next couple of games. You can sometimes it's hard because you're thinking about Lander. You're 2 games away. You can't overlook Columbus State. You cannot. You can't overlook Georgia Southwest. You got to take it one game at a time. That's the nature of it.
They've had some Donnybrooks with Columbus State. I promise they're not overlooking them. They've had some knockdown dragouts.
I believe that was the 4 overtime game, correct?
I believe so. But I feel like they've had a bunch of I feel like every time they play them, it's a battle.
Yeah, I believe that was the 4 OT game.
I believe that's right. Yeah. So I'm not worried about overlooking anybody. I think they know what it is. Sammy Bardenaro is more base than Tony Danza plus Moana plus Angela.
What?
No.
What?
No. Sammy Bardenaro is more boss than Tony Danza plus Mona plus Angela. So that's a Who's the Boss reference.
Once again,
Was Sammy
Tony
Danza.
Milano's character in that show? But Sammy B is very, very nice. She got red hot the other night and just started raining threes. It was amazing. But so we were wondering earlier about the RPI, so I pulled up one of them, 4A boys, and I noticed right away the Bluffton.
Yeah.
But Gray's lower state, right?
They are, because I remember Hilton playing in football.
Yep, Hilton had him in the football playoffs.
They almost had him beat.
I should know because I was there.
Oh, I was there too, and that was a rough. Just the pain of that game comes back to me now because that was a tough one. But yeah, so that was a great game, by the way. Gray will be 5A next year, but obviously there's still 4A for the rest of this year, and so they're having a great season, great collegiate in hoops, just like they did in football. So that's gonna be a team to look out for. So Gray, they are Region 4, and then you got let's see. Then you get North Augusta and Crestwood, and who are also where's Crestwood's Region 5. So Bluffton be 3. Bluffton be the 3 seed if that holds.
Right.
Crestwood's in the So Bluffton would be the 3 seed if the RPI is correct.
Yeah. This is the RPI right now. This is what they use.
Sorry.
So Bluffton would be the 3, and then Hilton Head's probably going to be the 6 because they're
they're all the way down there. May River is much higher, but
May River's probably going to be the 7.
Yeah,
I would think. Because once you get through the top 2 seeds, then I don't think anybody. All these are going to be top 2 seeds. So May River's probably going to be the 7. So that'll be interesting. Let's see here.
What else? What else do we got?
3A's got Battery Creek's at 8.
I have to see
who else 8, but they can become the 3 seed if they win tomorrow. And then let's see where Hampton is. 4th. And High Point's upstate. Andrew Jackson, I feel like, fluctuates. But yeah, they might be 3 seed too. And then 1A. Nobody. Hardyville and Original way down here.
Oh boy.
We're not gonna make no noise in that. Girls. For girls, Beaufort checking in at number 8, so they're probably gonna be the 3 seed, I would guess.
Yep.
We don't need to worry about Hampton and Whale Branch. Whale Branch is having a good year. They're number 9.
Yeah, they have
12. I think Whale Branch is going to win their region, right?
Are they
better in there?
Yeah, I'll have to check.
Oh no, Lake Marion.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
So Whale's probably going to
Fair
be
enough.
4, 5, or 6 seed, it would seem. So, all right, cool.
There you go.
I think that's all the news of the day, boys. So we can move on. We'll do some sponsors and then we'll do our parting thoughts. How about that? Shout out to Hudson Seafood House on the Docks, presenting sponsor of Under the Bus. We made the return last night with Bob Stevens back in the saddle. It was great to
He's back.
Have the crew all together again. Looks like we're going to try to settle into Monday nights for a little while here. So check us out. Monday, presented by Seafood House on the Docks, a great place for seafood sunsets and cocktails on Hilton Head Island. Yeah, Bob is back. Twinge and Twombly is our personal injury attorney friend over in Beaufort. Rare name, a remarkable service at Twinge and Twombly. HHI Windows and Doors, our old friend Coach Barron from Hilton Head Prep hung up his whistle, and he's focused on a new kind of screens, improving your view of the Lowco at HHI Windows and Doors. Reverence Wrestling Club is your official wrestling sponsor and presenting sponsor of the Lowco Grind, and we're going to need to do a Lowco Grind going into this weekend. We got there after this weekend. Lower state qualifiers coming up on Saturday, so we'll know who's going to the state tournament. And then Jay's Barbershop, the place to be in Redland, whether you need a haircut or not. So those are our sponsors, and of course Nicholson Law Firm and WHHI TV. And Marcus Walsh, you get to lead off our parting thoughts.
3 very quick ones. First off, congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks. They were absolutely outstanding, and I had a very good hunch that they were going to win that game. They just absolutely dominated, and they were fast.
It really was. It was really never in doubt.
Yeah, they just ran all over the place. Congrats, certainly, to Kenneth Walker III for getting the MVP.
Should have been Witherspoon. I would have gone defense for the MVP. No disrespect to Walker, he had a great game, but the game was won defensive side of the ball.
You could have possibly given it to the field goal kicker too. He had what, five field goals made, but in my opinion, I think Walker, with what he was able to do, despite not scoring a touchdown, he had one, and it was called back. I think that was the right call. If New England would have come back and won the game, certainly you would have thought that Drake May would have played better down the stretch. But what a performance by Christian Gonzalez. Yeah. He was
he
a man among boys.
He kept him
on defense. Holy smokes. No doubt. He was phenomenal. Yeah. So congrats to New England on a great season. Congrats to Seattle as the champs. I was in talk with Tom Smith, the JP2 AD, and this is something that we talked about, you and I, JJ, last week. Apparently, they are going to start creating a stadium environment, whether they use a soccer field or whatnot, at JP2 starting this summer. So whether that will be ready for the fall of 26, I don't know. I went and replied is the word. I went and replied to Tom, and he hasn't gotten back to me yet. But the plan is that they're going to start building a football stadium on campus
Oh
in
yes,
June, which is going to be outstanding for them with
excited
everything
about
else
it.
that they're doing
Yeah.
with the Innovation Center and whatnot.
I mean,
They definitely
that
deserve it,
has to be the number one goal is bring football on campus,
for
especially
sure.
yeah. I mean,
And
you have a great baseball field, you have a good basketball arena,
So,
basketball environment. Now you
Yep.
gotta bring football. You gotta bring football.
yeah, well, I mean that they built it as a soccer
Yeah.
field first, and they started
Right.
playing soccer there. But the plan was always to build the stadium around it, and so
right.
all in due time. They've had
Yep.
a really solid plan and laid it out over the years, and
Yep.
grown smart, and they're poised to keep growing. So
Right.
good stuff happening over there at JP2.
And then one more thing real quick for those that are going to the Hilton Head games at Prep tomorrow. I was in touch with Sean Hardy and told him that I was coming and that I'd have, all my apparel and whatnot with me and this, that, and the other. And he said varsity girls at 5 p.m., the boys at 7:30. I'm guessing, is it senior night there at Hilton Head Prep? That might be why the girls' game got moved forward, whatnot. I'm not entirely sure, but there is that schedule change. 5 p.m. for the girls, 7:30 for the guys. So feel free to stick around in between and grab some food or whatnot. That's what I'll be doing. And so for those that are heading to HHP tomorrow to watch some hoops with me, and those that aren't going with me but will be there as well, schedule note.
all right,
All right.
good looking out, buddy. What you got, Wes?
I have a couple. I actually want to start with some more USCV, but not on the baseball field or basketball court. On the track, indoor track and field has been going on, and the men broke the 4x400 relay indoor record on Friday at the Visit Gainesville Indoor Classic. It was the 4x400, a new school record. Trying to find the mark there. Yeah. Durham Adkins, Zachariah Sellers,
Yeah,
Herring, and Baig. I'm trying to find their names over here. But all those four combined for the 4x400 record that they broke. So, yeah, congratulations to those four on a tremendous job. And that entire team. I'm pretty excited for what that Saints Shark group is going to do moving forward, and a couple of excellent finishes. And then there were a couple more records that were broken on the women's side in that same event, including, as we will see in a bit here. They set two school records in the that Visit Gainesville Indoor Classic, including Victoria Cologne, who set the record in the weight throw. I'm not sure what I thought that. What was that, like a hammer throw, or is that different?
yeah. But in indoor, it's slightly different than the hammer throw, and in indoor, it's called the weight throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weight for with a 13.52 meter mark, best for her season, but also a school record mark. And then Patton Casto with a school record in the shot put with 11.3 meters. So some record breaking going on the women's side. So a couple of really good finishes, and several of those. Casto was 6th in the shot put. Victoria Cologne was 8th. Some solid performances, and then the 4x400 relay was 7th, 4:06:56. So a good showing there for the Sand Sharks. Speaking of Olympic sports, did you find out what happened with the curling?
No,
JJ?
it's in the 8th inning now, and we're
Oh
up
wow,
5
they're
to
going
4.
down to
But
us. I'm not going to say anything.
Hammer.
I'm not going to say anything.
Don't say a word.
Yes, I will not say a word, but I will tell you. When there were a couple other big time events that happened today for the U.S., but I think the most impressive was the U.S. women's hockey team, a 5-0 shutout over perennial powerhouse Canada. 5-0. Aaron Frankel with a 20 save shutout, and I think the coolest part about it was that Layla Edwards, who scored for Team USA, the first Black woman to score a goal in U.S. Olympic women's hockey history. So
That's
awesome.
nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
very, very cool. Yeah, U.S. women have been cruising. The men's hockey tournament starts tomorrow. I don't think the U.S. plays though until later, but yeah, things are starting to heat up throughout the games over there, all the way in
Yeah,
Italy.
you got the quad god, and you got
Yes, he had a big performance.
Lindsey Vaughn's horrible leg,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yep.
And you got Breezy Johnson, who's amazing.
Yes.
You know, she's great.
Yep.
So yeah, it's been great. I love the Olympics. Since I was a kid, man. I just every time the Olympics came around, I would go nuts. I'd be pretending to be a speed skater. Love that stuff. Remember Apollo Anton Ono?
Oh,
yeah,
he was
He was a legend.
he was tremendous.
Bonnie Blair. But I'm ready for the short track speed skating, though. That's my favorite.
Yes.
The
Oh,
long
yeah.
track's
That's
cool, but the short track's
that's
amazing.
fantastic.
Oh.
Yep.
All right. So Sweden's sitting shot rock, but they still got to shoot 3, and we got to shoot 2.
Yeah. So that team Corey and Corey.
Yeah, I'm quite invested in that
Corey,
now.
but it's a mixed doubles team. Yeah. Which I did not know there was a mixed doubles in curl. Like I didn't know there was a mixed doubles before. So pretty cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm into
They have
curling.
that. Yeah. So that's that happened today, and then finally, the last thing, which we kind of felt like spring outside because of the weather, but another reason why spring is around the corner. Pitchers and catchers reporting today. At least some of them have reported today, February 10th, which is today, first possible day where some teams will require pitchers and catchers to report for spring training. All of them will be reported by the end of the week.
11 days until I hear the great voice of Tom Hamilton on my phone on the Cleveland Guardians radio network. Had a good year, Arizona.
Yeah, it's good. I was out on the softball field today. I had a few girls out. We're still waiting on our basketball players and our wrestlers and our cheerleaders to come out next week. But it was great to be out there. Had 6 girls out today.
What a beautiful day today,
yeah,
man.
Nice day. Mostly younger girls today. The middle school girls and a couple of high school girls. But yeah, really nice this afternoon. And then got to go out to the sand lot out in Hardyville, out by the Creative Church that Pat Mahoney has built. This incredible little sand lot diamond, and it's really cool. He's got cages and everything out there, and he's been running some little clinics and stuff like that. And we get to practice out there with our Bull Sharks team. And but yeah, it was a long evening of softball for me, but I'm excited about getting outside. Outdoor sports, always fun after the long winter indoors with the wrestling and the basketball. The Coreys dominated the 80s. I preferred Feldman to Haim. Yeah, I agree. Feldman, yeah, he was the funniest one to me. I liked Feldman the best. We talking little gosh, what's the name of it? One with Kiefer Sutherland and the Lost Boys.
Oh, okay.
That was a good one. All right, 2 more shots each. Okay, so I've got a cool parting thought. This is a cool one. You guys remember Chase McCracken, right?
Yes.
High football
Great
star.
player.
And he's been playing football for the Gamecocks. He walked on there when he got up there, but he's found a new sport at South Carolina. He has joined the rugby team.
Oh, nice.
And he is apparently he was the player of the tournament at the Classic City Sevens because he scored 5 tries in his debut tournament with a hat trick against Kennesaw State.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Chase McCracken
Way to go, Chase.
apparently is a beast on the rugby pitch field. What do they call it?
I think I'm not sure.
I think it's pitch, from what I've heard.
Yep.
But yeah, he's a rugby star, and perhaps we'll see him go somewhere with that. So
Yeah.
that's cool. Speaking of that, I don't know how common knowledge this is, but so many of these winter sports athletes are recruited after they end their college careers in other sports, because that's how they find these people. Like a lot of them,
Right.
they, every once in a while there's somebody who comes along and like they grew up in a nice place and they learned how to do this or whatever. But like luge and skeleton are not things that you find out you're good at, like
Right.
pluck people and take them and train them at Lake Placid. And I know this because when I was at USCB, one of our guys, Daryl Dunham, great kid from over in Richmond Hill, came to USCB and ran track for a couple of years, and then he transferred to Carolina and ran track in Columbia because he was really good. Like even before the transfer portal, that could still happen, where somebody would go, "Hey, you want to come up here and do it for us?" So he did, and then after he was done, he got recruited by Team USA, and he went to Lake Placid and he trained for skeleton.
Nice.
And he didn't end up, like making it to the Olympic level or whatever, but he did several times, like go up there and train, and he slid. So yeah, I just thought that was interesting that they look for a certain type of athlete and they recruit them. A lot of football players, a lot of track athletes. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be physically fit and athletic to do a bunch of those things, whether it's luge or skeleton or bobsled. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's
That's all that to say. Just keep playing sports. Like just keep being an
the right
athlete,
opportunity will find you.
and you might stumble onto something that you had no idea about that you're really good at. So keep doing hard things.
Right.
In your body.
As it used to say in the middle school cafeteria, I think it was middle school, might have even been my elementary school cafeteria on the wall. Said, "Try it. You might like it."
Amen. Amen to that. I agree completely with that. All right, boys. Well, that's about all I got. We got 2 rocks left in this curling match, so I guess we'll talk about this next time. But great show tonight. Shout out to all of our sponsors for making it possible, and thanks to everybody who showed up to listen or watch. For Marcus Walsh and Wes Kerr, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Loco.